Hey guys. Hey everybody, it's Steve Strangio coming to you from the Long Island International Film Expo. Hey, you know something? We're meeting the filmmakers because we're here holding microphones and I have everybody introduce themselves, so go for it.
I'm Phil Russell. I worked on both Snail Mail and I'm Not Nice.
All right, tell us about those.
Sure. Snail Mail just played today. It's a comedy film about a woman who is fed up with getting junk mail and decides to do something about it. Tries to stop the mail.
Relatable, yeah.
It gets weird. Doesn't end well with her. The postal worker is very dedicated to her job as well.
Nice.
So it becomes a bit of a battle.
Nice.
I co-wrote it with Jay Stern, who was the director. I also co-edited it, and I was the DP on that one.
Now, this is a short?
It's a short, yes.
Okay, and the other one you mentioned?
I'm Not Nice. It's another short.
Yeah.
It's about a spy with zero social communication skills.
Okay.
Who has to take on the hardest challenge of her career, making small talk at a dinner party.
Okay, so it's...
Family dinner party.
Two... Almost similar. Is it like a similar theme for both of them, or do you feel like there's two different themes for...
I mean, aside from being both comedies, I'd say they're a little different. One is a spy comedy. It was written by my friend Shannon, who also co-directed it with my other friend Tom, and Tom Capps and Shannon Morrill. And that one is a spy comedy through and through. Gotcha. There's a little bit of action to it. There's some action to Snail Mail as well, but that one has a much stranger vibe across the board.
All right, so let's talk about the one. So Snail Mail. What were you trying to say, in there? I mean, I know, like I said, I can totally relate to the whole fact that real mail still exists.
Yeah.
Okay, and it keeps coming. But it's like the weird mail. Like growing up, I had actual mail. I would write letters to people, But now it's like you don't need to anymore.
No, it's
so the extra mail that is probably not even needed.
No, yeah. It actually was made originally for the Wanna Be a Star competition at the Iron Mule Comedy Film Festival.
Okay.
They do a monthly screening series of comedies, and then audience members put their names on a hat, and one of them gets picked, and they star in a film that premieres the next month.
Oh, nice.
So the audience also shouts out the title. So Snail Mail is what we had to do. We had to make it be called Snail Mail.
Okay, so it's like a challenge to get that done.
Exactly, a challenge. So we came up with this concept, and I thought it would be a relatable because one of the last apartment that I was in, my wife and I, we were getting mail from, I think, probably the last 7 or 8 tenants who lived in that building.
That happened to me too, yeah.
And it was just like stocked full. Like we'd have to sift through, I want to say, dozens of mail just to get to ours.
Yeah.
And at one point I got so fed up because the mailbox was so full that it couldn't even fit anything anymore that I started writing in big red marker, no longer at this address.
Not here.
Like
Stop
return
this.
to sender. Like,
and did like the mail...
Have you not noticed?
No.
Oh no, it didn't.
The mail person didn't do a damn thing. They just like whatever.
I mean, they took it back. They have to take it back.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the post office is. I guess that if they don't have another address on file, they just send it to wherever the last address was.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, and the spy thriller. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so that comedy came about thanks to a collaboration between myself and Tom, who've been working together for years, and Janelle Tedesco, who stars in the film, and Shannon Morrill, who co-directed it with Tom and who wrote it. We made another film called I'm Not Lost after we had met at a film festival, much like this one, and decided to work together. And Janelle's character, the cold-hearted spy, is based on a character that she played in that film. Shannon fell in love with the character and thought that this weird, stoic person, what is her life like? And what would it be like if this person was thrown in the middle of a family dinner party in order to try and assassinate her target?
And do you feel is it more of a challenge doing action comedy? Is it harder to film? Is there more of a challenge for that?
There are challenges that come along with it, and when it comes to like stunt coordination and stuff like that, I do have a bit of experience with it, and I think our team has a shared love for that genre, so we find out ways to make it work.
I always like the comedies where the action feels real, but there is comedy within that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
We have one stunt that my brother did. He used to do a bunch of parkour when we were coming up together.
Right.
He's riding on a skateboard, and then the main character, Janelle's character, stands up and clotheslines him, and he goes flying like in a park.
Yeah.
And he lands on a mat, but that's off camera.
Yeah.
And we just take another shot of him lying down, and he just flops back.
Wow.
We cut the two together, and it looks pretty real and it looks pretty good. But
especially for like a limited budget short, you have to really be careful when it comes to all the stunts, right?
Yeah. Even if it's a low budget short, you have to make sure you got people that know what they're doing, trained in stunt. Janelle works as a stunt woman,
Okay.
and my brother has a ton of training in doing parkour and stunts, and he and I have done our own stunt choreography in the past. So
Nice.
anybody that was involved, we always had somebody on set who knew what they were doing
Right.
to make sure that nothing went awry for anything like that.
And any physicality in a comedy, I think, it kind of adds to the story as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I tend to write and gravitate towards so a little bit more of a slapstick nature.
Right.
Like jokes on the page are always fun, but I want to see the humor too.
Right, exactly. I mean, I'm a big fan of comedy horror. They called it splatstick, like Army
Yeah,
of Darkness, Evil Dead 2 type of stuff, and that's what drew me to it.
So are we.
Yeah.
My team Thirst Issues, we've been working together for like about 11 years now.
Nice.
We do a lot of horror comedy, actually.
Fantastic.
We really enjoy it. We're writing a horror comedy feature right now. We don't know if we're going to do anything with it yet.
Yeah.
We'll see how it comes out.
Yeah.
But it's always so fun. I think those two genres mesh together really well.
This gives you a release valve when the horror's there, and then you had like somebody does something wacky. I'm like, okay, great, I can
Exactly,
it's a reset
yeah.
for what's coming up next. Where can we find your stuff online?
You can hit us up on ThursdayShoots.com. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, and by the same name. So if you look up Thursday Shoots, you'll find us and you'll see what we're up to.
Fantastic. Once again, your name of your projects.
Phil Russell, I'm Not Nice, and Snail Mail.
Fantastic. And I'm Steve Strangio, hanging out here at the Long Island International Film Expo.